Hey guys, free pick time. All right, back with another free play. So we picked up a winner yesterday, guys. We had a great day top to bottom. We won our 2-unit play, getting it done with the New York Mets pretty handily over the Yankees. Our big WNBA play yesterday, the LA game under, we got that one and just had a great day top to bottom. Got another big WNBA play going today. Our top baseball play today is an underdog, goes later on today. Very high volume day. There's a lot of value out there today. And last few times I've come out and said there's a lot of value, had awesome days. So fingers crossed that we get it done because there is a lot of value. We got a lot of volume out there today. I'm going to walk you through a play. It's going to be a rare parlay. Okay, so I don't give these out very often, guys. I've talked in the past about the difficulties in beating parlays and how rare it is to find one that actually has good long-term value. Now, whenever I talk about parlays, it's normally in a negative light. I'm normally saying that you cannot beat the house edge over the long term. And often that is true, especially when you start to get into 3-team or higher parlays. In over 3.5 years of masterclass and 5 years of giving out free plays and advice on social media, I have never bet nor given out a 3-team parlay, because the house edge is significant. Now, as you start to go higher into the 4 and 5 and 6-team parlays, these house edges become not only astronomical, but completely and totally ridiculous. We're talking house edges of 20, 30, 40% for the house. Now, to give you an idea, one of the biggest suckers bet we all look at in Vegas when we walk by is the roulette table. I've been guilty about blowing off some steam on the roulette table from time to time, but I know in my mind there's a 5% house edge, and there's just no possible chance to beat that over the long term. And I'm sure a lot of sports bettors on their way to the sports book have walked past the roulette tables and looked over at them and said, look at those suckers, I'm going to bet sports. And then lay down a 6-team parlay that has a 30% house edge, okay? Roulette, 5%. Sports parlays, big sports parlays, we're talking 30, 40% house edges, and it means one thing and one thing only: you cannot beat them. All right. Now, when it comes to betting straight minus 110 games, house has about a 4.5% hold on you. Okay, meaning they're going to win about 4.5% over the long term. Very beatable, because we're not looking at a static event. We're not talking about a ball spinning around a wheel. We're not talking about a card coming out of a deck. We are talking about something with variables. And at a 4.5% hold, that is very easy to overcome. But when you increase that hold up to 30%, not even Billy Walters could find a way to beat it. It's just math. It is an impossibility to overcome those odds. So the situation that a lot of people find themselves in is they're hunting for the big get rich quick, right? I want to hit that 10-team parlay, or, I'm trying to hit this. I mean, you might as well go and play numbers, right? Try to get $2 into 1,000 or something like that. The math isn't there to support it. So I've constantly preached the negatives of parlay betting and tell people, if you just practice bankroll management and you focus on the long term, the value of compound interest is going to give you the greatest parlay that you've ever hit in your entire life. It is not get rich quick, okay? It's get rich, but not quick. And that's the part that people want today. They want the quick. And I don't understand for the life of me why people are so self-destructive when it comes to sports betting. When we know based on math that if you can find value, okay, and get yourself even 30 or 40 units a year, okay, every single year, our goal is to hit 80 to 120. We've done that 3 years in a row, okay? We've averaged over that for 3 years. But if you're only hitting 40, it is not a matter of will you be rich one day. It is an absolute certainty. But people continue to try to take the shortcuts. They got to hit these big parlays, and they got to do this, and they got to do that. And the reality is that about 95 to maybe 99% of the parlays that are being cooked up out there are negative EV. And whether they hit or not is inconsequential, because if you're betting that kind of level of negative expected value plays, you got zero shot to win long term. I'm going to jump into today's play, and I want to talk about the math behind it and why this is one of these rare parlays that actually does have some long-term value. All right, I'm going to talk you guys through the exact math. before we jump into that, guys, as I did mention before, benderwins.com if you're interested in the full card. Got tons of education, things similar to that that I just talked about, the parlays, but I like to break things down and have people understand from a math-based standpoint. Okay, we're not guessing at things. We're not saying, oh, well, I think this. No, what we're doing is, fitting day to wear my NASA shirt, right? We're going back to math, and we're allowing math that is an absolute certainty to basically dictate what we're going to do. All right. So benderwins.com if you're interested in today's full card. I mentioned we got a big WNBA, a big underdog play in baseball, tons of education, masterclass videos, all kinds of stuff coming out the wazoo. So benderwins.com. And also make sure you're following on social media, guys, here and elsewhere on social media. Always giving out free picks and lots of valuable information. So now that we've triggered everyone, say, dude, forget the long videos. Give us the pick. Now that those people are triggered and I'm happy, here's the play. We're going to go with Bo Bichette of the Toronto Blue Jays and Masataka Yoshida of the Boston Red Sox, both to record a hit. Now, this is a FanDuel, so we're betting Bichette over it for one hit, right? Over half a hit. And Yoshida over half a hit. So both have to record a hit. The odds right now, minus 112. Okay, so if you parlay that, it's minus 112. And I want to walk you through how we arrive at this and why I believe that this play has value. All right. So first and foremost, we're going to have some assumptions here, and these assumptions are going to be based on pitching matchups. They're going to be based on prior performances, et cetera, lefty-righty matchups. And it really goes to show just how in-depth you have to get and why, as a professional sports bettor, this is a full-time job. Okay, this is not something that, you spend an hour and, all of a sudden you're very successful and make a lot of money. We got to break down a million different things. But overall, for Bichette, we're looking at him getting a hit about 30.5% of the time. That's a home run, triple, double, single, whatever, okay? That's a hit. Meaning he is going to be unsuccessful at the plate 69.5% of the time, okay? Now we're expecting 4.9 plate appearances per game, plate appearances, not at bats. So we have to discount the walks. About 10% of the time he's going to walk. So we're expecting about 4.5 actual at-bats average per game. All right, we would love to see 5. If it's 4, we've lost a little bit of value. But on average, it's going to be 4.5. And from that, we can extrapolate that he is going to get a hit in about 81% of his games, meaning the true line should be minus 426. All right, now we're going to remember that 81%. Now let's take a look at Yoshida. 26% of his at-bats will result in a hit. That means 74% unsuccessful rate. We're looking at an plate appearances of 4.6 with around an 8% walk rate, meaning he's going to get 4.2 at-bats on average. Okay, now based on that, we can look at a success rate of him getting a hit in 72% of his games, meaning the true line should be 257. Both these lines are better than posted, but let's take a look at the value with when we parlay it, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 81% success rate for Bichette, and we're going to multiply that by the 72% success rate of Yoshida. And what that brings us to is an overall expected rate where they both get hits of 58.32%, meaning 58.32% of the time we will win this bet. When we translate that over into what a true line should be, that gives us a true line of minus 140, not minus 112. And that, my friends, is what we do here. We find value, okay? So this is one of those rare parlays where there absolutely is value. But over the long term, guys, they're few and far between. Okay, we do not have a lot of parlays. We don't post a lot of parlays, and if we do, they're only ever two-player, two-team parlays. But over the long term, guys, you're so much better. Bet the game straight. Grow your unit size. I talk about the value of compound interest all the time in masterclass. Okay, benderwins.com for the full card, guys. Best of luck. We'll see you soon.